You know, it's been years since I dusted off my Nintendo 64 and played the games that consumed my childhood. But lately I've been taking a look at some of them, remembering why they mattered so much to me back then. What amazes me is how the best of them managed to hold up more than a decade later, when graphics and gameplay have expanded into realms we could only dream of back then. In particular, Mario Kart 64. Man, I played this game to death. The N64 only had so many games, and of those, only a select handful were that great. But the ones that were good were really good, and they ate up hours of my life. I played it all the time. I aced every course. I unlocked the mirror versions and I beat those too. I found all the shortcuts. I discovered all the secrets. Thinking back, I realized it was one of the first times that I can say I really mastered a game. Super Mario Kart had introduced me to the series, and I loved and played it to death. And the N64 game improved on everything that made it great. I never really cared for racing games, but you put Mario in it and everything becomes different. Mario Kart had a charm to it, that same charm that makes every Mario game what it is. This sort of aura of sheer, unmitigated fun and childlike glee. It's bright and colorful, silly and fanciful, and just a joy to play. No frills, no pretensions, just something happy, innocent, and a total blast. There are few things so satisfying as sending a red shell homing in on your enemy, or plowing through your opponents with an impenetrable ring of shells, or dropping a mine right in someone's face, or exploring the course only to find a shortcut that grants you a huge advantage over the other racers. Did you ever try out the trick in Wario Stadium where you jump over the divider with a heavyweight character and skip half the course? Cheating never felt so satisfying as it did then. You can keep your game sharp, just give me more exploits like that one. And speaking of cheating, didn't you hate the rubber banding? We always suspected the computer of cheating long before we realized that someone actually had to sit down and program an AI to play against us by telling it to cheat. It was so infuriating to be in the lead only to watch as your opponents inexplicably became faster than you or even teleported across the track. But hey, it kept you on your toes and gave you someone to shoot with red shells and bombs and banana peels. It was great. There was another racing game I used to rent from the video store. Those existed. Rush 2. I loved the stunt system they put into it, the way your car could go flying every which way. So I tried it out and it doesn't hold up as well all these years later. It doesn't look as good and it doesn't feel as good to play. And that's what's so amazing about Mario Kart. Years later, when games have advanced so far in so many ways, this game still looks good and is still incredible to play. The controls are tight and responsive and the world is as whimsical as ever. Where I was amazed at Rush 2 when I was a kid, but less enthusiastic now, I find myself still enjoying Mario Kart. There's a good reason it launched such a long and successful series. It got it right. It's one of those games where everything comes together to make something timeless and lasting, and most importantly, fun. Every generation has a plethora of games, some that will be enjoyed, even loved, others that will be forgotten. But just a handful become classics, the sort of games you remember with fondness, playing against your friends and siblings, or learning how to master the power slide, or just goofing around. Mario Kart was just the first of a great many games to put Mario and friends into a multitude of scenarios like tennis or partying, a gimmick that's been tried by many other companies. The reason it succeeded, the reason it worked, was because it wasn't merely a franchise or a brand slapped onto a racing game. It was a Mario game through and through. The silliness of the battle system, the cheerful punchiness of the music, racing across tracks with names like Moo Moo Farm or through places like Rainbow Road with moles and thwomps and chain chomps coming at you, playing as a dinosaur or a fat man with a lightning mustache. It was fantastic. It was everything we expected and loved in a Mario game, mixed with a solid racing system, a fun battle system, and an altogether light-hearted atmosphere. It's a shame I haven't kept up with the series since way back then. I've missed out on several installments. But you know, I guess that just means I have some catching up to do.